Hi everyone, for today's book review we're going to be checking out the Troopship Mendi, the Black Titanic. In the early cold foggy hours of the 21st of February 1917, the Troopship Mendi was struck by a much larger ship called the Darrow, and within 20 minutes Mendi had sunk and over 600 lives were lost. 616 that we know of belonged to the South African Native Labour Corps, whereas another estimated 30 plus were to the crew. This loss of life among the South African labourers constitutes the single largest loss of life among South African combatants within the First World War, hence the subtitle. This book is written by Nick Ward, and it is a deeply personal journey, and he basically spends much of this book investigating the various politics of the time, and trying to raise awareness of this disaster. Some of what he uncovers is unpleasant, particularly in what I'd like to think our more enlightened age. But these are serious issues that do need to be discussed. And he does bring them up consistently throughout the book. In addition to looking at his journey towards investigating the disaster and uncovering the identities of those who were lost, we learn the history of the ship, its captain, the court of inquiry, and the state of the wreck as well. As you can see, there are photos illustrated throughout the book. There are as well some diagrams, one showing the condition of the wreck and another from the Court of Inquiry showing the exact point of collision, which unfortunately just happened to be at the junction between cargo holds 1 and 2, and that actual bulkhead failed due to the collision, and because an extra hold was filled, the Mendi sank. And unfortunately, many of the victims were trapped within these cargo holds. Within South Africa, the loss of the Mendi and all those unfortunate souls has gained awareness. One of the naval frigates of the South African Navy is now named Mendi after this troopship, and there are memorials set up recognizing the loss of so many lives. As I've noted, this book is a more personal journey, and it is taken from the perspective of a passionate investigator and researcher who's trying to uncover all the various elements of this disaster. And if you love that perspective, and if you love understanding what motivates researchers and what makes them want to uncover more information, well, then this is a great insight. And the text is passionately written. You understand that he cares deeply about this disaster and that it is all reflected in the text. Because this is, again, a deeply personal journey, the chapters do zigzag. So we go from a trip to Cape Town, and then in the following chapter we are back on the Mendi, and then we're back to the archives, and then we're back at the collision, and then we're back at the Western Front, and then we're back again at the Court of Inquiry. So the organization does tend to zigzag. But that shouldn't deter you from researching this ship, and certainly getting this book and learning a lot more about one of the forgotten naval disasters of the First World War. For me, this book is a three captain's hats. It's a deeply personal journey that shines a light on a naval tragedy that is not very well known. And for that, Nick Ward needs to be applauded for raising the profile of this terrible, terrible disaster. So if you are interested in that element, please, by all means, do check out this book. And of course, if there are any other books about some of the lesser known naval disasters of World War I, or indeed of any war, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And until next time, enjoy and happy reading, everyone.